worked every day.
All right, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan here. Today is Tuesday, and you know that there was that video where she said she was going to resume on Tuesday. So, but it is, good to see that she has clarified that, she's going to wait for the certified true copy of the judgment before she takes her next line of action. Because, there was this group that was even advising her, please don't show up until at least the Senate calls you in and all of that. Rufai.
Which is only decently the case, and like we also did discuss yesterday, it's also best we get a certified true copy. So the question is, what is delaying the certified true copy? Is it out?
I spoke with our reporter yesterday, and he said that probably by the end of the week. Natasha here is saying that it should have come out today, or it should come out today. It should have
come out so that people can file their case. Because I don't want a case where Senate will now go on another long recess, will not delay whatever that has to be done. And please, we'd like to call on the judiciary. It's a certified true copy. At least before the judge gives the judgment, he's written it down, they've typed it out. We just need to vet, and it comes out immediately. So please, we beg them, certified true copy must go out, so that all parties can be able to see what is written in the certified true copy.
Yes.
That's just where we are going. Secondly, I wanted to chime in on the Enugu Air matter, and it's very important. See, there's vast potential in the airline business, and Enugu Air going into this makes a lot of sense. We'll be able to bring in vast potential, but it has to be managed properly. That's just it. They've gotten a leg up with Fidelity Bank. It has to be run properly. They have to be able to prove people and the doubters wrong. They have to be able to prove people and the doubters wrong. And we must have to reiterate that.
Be nice.
And it is said, it is accountability that will make you prove those people wrong. What Keyamo said is, we're also going to help them with regional flights, which is good. They will submit their papers. Like you said, they will go through the process of getting the AOC. But we must not hear stories. Because the way we are praising Mba today, that's the way we'll berate him if we hear stories and we hear that things are not going well. And kudos to Mr. Keyamo and all the great job. It doesn't mean, he's my very good friend, though. It doesn't mean we'll not disagree. We'll disagree because election season will come now. He will come and defend government, and I have empirical facts against him. So we'll disagree. I'm telling him in advance, but he's doing a good job supporting all the airlines in this country. That's a good way.
All right, good. Dr. Abati, I wanted to come to you with Natasha's resumption. And of course, we wanted to just highlight the judgment again, some of the excerpts that we have seen. And one of it was the fact that she was fined 5 million naira for contempt of court. And we know that because of that, she may not, be able to hold any political office in the future if she doesn't go on appeal. Your thoughts on that?
Okay, the thing is this. Justice Bitan Yako was very clear in saying you have to publish the apology in 2 newspapers and also on Facebook, where the original satirical apology was, made. Now, also pay 5 million naira. Yesterday, I was going to make a clarification that where contempt is involved, there may be a complainant in the contempt proceeding who may have suffered damage. And that is why, that apology is not just to the court. It's also to the person who has suffered some kind of reputational damage. And you will recall that, yes, she flattered the order of court, but the satirical apology was directed to Senator Godswill Akpabio. That was just the point I wanted to make. That although it was civil contempt, as far as Shikuria, there are, because contempt is in 2 categories. Contempt in the face of court, contempt away from the face of court. So this is a case of contempt as far as Shikuria. So, but the court says we need that apology. We should put that apology forward. The second thing is that the Senate is saying that without that apology, she cannot show up. But she has provided useful clarification. She has said when our supporters came and all that, she said, we may show up on Tuesday. That is today, yes. But she has now said, well, she too has not seen the certified true copy.
Yes.
And that, when she sees the certified true copy and her lawyers analyze it and advise her appropriately, then she will know what to do next. So that's a very safe way.
Yes,
and you see that as the reporter was asking questions, she said, no, let's keep that. Let's keep that. Yes. Because she didn't want to repeat any offense.
All right.
However, she made one important point, or two. What are the two important points that are isolated? That whether she's in the Senate or not, while she's still fighting that battle, that she has continued to represent the interest of her people in Kogi Central. Yeah. And that has not stopped her from pursuing matters that are of interest to her constituents and also to Nigerians, particularly with regard, she said, what she called the gold bill, something about gold that she says she's defending. And I think that, there's a very strong message there, namely that you don't have to be in the Senate to defend the interest of your people. Another strong point that she made was about women representation. That is also about women, but she didn't go far as to talk about our original, course of action. She said there are 3 women out of all the members in the Senate. And this morning, we have also talked about this women representation. So if she's talking from that high level, and she's saying, look, women should be supported, I think that is also a point that you can't take away from her. But she has an obligation to clear all the legal issues. Yes. It's not just the matter in the Court of Justice, Binta in Yako. We understand there are still other cases that are pending. Right. But I'm sure she will have gained better clarity as to the circumstances in which she has found herself. As to Enugu, what Keyamo himself had said previously, Enugu operates from Akanu Ibiam International Airport. Now, what you call Enugu Airport. That airport was running at a loss. So the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development will appear to have promised, even before this Enugu Air, that they were going to make every effort to make that airport functional and to encourage private sector participation.
Right. Okay. 2,
Keyamo belongs to the APC. We saw him supporting the PDP government, saying that this is not about APC.
I actually like that,
or APC. This is about the interest of the people of Nigeria. And that President TINUBU, whether you are APC or PDP, is committed to making this to function. And it was in that context that he says the federal government will support the Enugu state government to get the operating license and to also make that particular airport a hub. However, the caveat, which I pointed out in the morning, is a statement that had been made originally by Mr. Bismarck Rewane, saying that, look, out of all the 30-something airports you have in Nigeria, maybe only 3 are functional. What is important is to make that airport functional, to make Enugu Air functional, and to ensure that it is not killed by bureaucracy. And Keyamo referred to Nigeria Airways.
Yes.
The story of Nigeria Airways is a story for another day. When you bring it up, we shall tell this story.
We shall tell it. Probably on our milestone story. I'll figure that out one day. You wanted to make a quick point on something, just a quick point. I heard you saying you wanted to do just a quick point. What was it?
I want to read based on the reportage.
On what story?
Natasha's story.
Natasha's story, okay.
This is based on the reportage. This is the Punch reporting that in a twist, the court imposed monetary penalty on Uduaghan for breaching a prior court directive that barred both parties for making public statements about the ongoing legal matter that runs into millions of naira. There was a word by the court that both parties should not talk. She breached that one. Hence my point yesterday.
About?
The contempt is for the courts. The contempt is for the courts. The contempt was as issued by the courts.
Did somebody say
the law of contempt is a special category in law. It's not about sentiment or personal opinion.
With due respect,
it's about law.
Based on the reportage, the contempt
there is a complaint, and the matter was even taken to court by Akpabio.
And why I say that is it's also best for us to see the CTC.
That's why I kept on repeating that. Let us not mislead the public.
That's why I kept on repeating the point.
This is elementary law, please.
No,
let
us see the
mislead the public.
Yeah. Dr. Bati, you yourself said yesterday that you can't comment on a judgment you don't have the CTC. How come you are not commenting on a judgment you don't have the CTC? Okay. Let's wait for the CTC. All I read is a reportage of what is going on.
Okay, some of these reports are done by lawyers who, by reporters who don't do
Dr. Bati, we have a reporter there, and I have a count of the reporter who has made so many different comments, whether or not the judge said it was unconstitutional or not.
Reporter
no, I'm talking about Arise, the reporter.
Did he say he was at the position of the law?
He was at the court. Yes. I'm just reporting what he said. Yes.
Did he say that contempt is for the court, not that the complainant in the action?
No, I'm just trying to highlight that we have a reporter. At the end of the day, we'll get all the information from the reporter. That's all. Well, all right.